Hey friends, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about coffee again. So I did a video, I think a couple of weeks ago, where I talked about popular barista coffee drinks and, beverages that you would get at a coffee shop. If you haven't seen that video, you can go ahead and see that right after this, but I'm going to show you my coffee collection. So thank you so much to my patrons for voting. I actually sent them this poll not even 24 hours in advance because I was stuck between two ideas, but they were sold on the coffee and the other coffee video did really well, so I think you guys are into coffee. And yeah, I'm just going to show you my little collection of coffee items that I have at home. So I have some coffee tools, things that I use to make coffee, some accessories, I guess you would call it. And then I'm also going to show you some of my cups that I use, cups or tumblers that are specialized in holding hot beverages. And I'll give you a quick rundown and some reviews, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so before we even begin, apologies in advance, my fridge is obnoxiously loud and it's making noise, but we're gonna start with my standard coffee machine. So this is a Cuisinart coffee machine. It brews many cups of coffee, I think about 14 cups, so a whole pot. And obviously I don't make that much. It's usually just me that makes coffee, or me and Ian, so it's just like 2 cups at a time. What's really funny about this machine in particular is that we got this for free. So we were walking downstairs and getting ready to leave our apartment when we saw this in the main lobby area, and it was like untouched. It was completely sealed and taped, and somebody wrote on it saying free. Somebody take it. So we took it, we cleaned it, we double checked it. By the way, I got this a long time ago, so this was prior to the current situation. And yeah, it's just been our coffee machine ever since. Before that, we were using a Keurig, but it was getting old and it was starting to die on us, so this is our new standard. What's great about this system in particular is that it has a lot of like options for it to do its own thing, so it's very self-reliant if you want it to. So it's got the clock on there, and then it also has an option to clean. Let me get closer. There's an option to clean, so it'll do a self-cleaning. There's an option to create a bold cup of coffee. I don't know if this just makes less water go into the reserve when it's brewing, but you can make a bolder cup. Brew off and auto off. This is a way for you to just brew it manually, or you can set it along with your timer to make coffee for you at a specific time, and this is also an option for that. Sorry for the water stains, it's whatever. But yeah, you can set this machine to brew coffee at whatever time you choose without you needing to go and do anything. So you would just put coffee grinds into the top along with water, set the time, whenever time you want to do it, and it'll brew on its own. And what's also cool is that when it's finished brewing, it beeps to let you know that it's done brewing, but it'll stay hot. It'll just tell you when it's done brewing, which is amazing. And we've actually tried that on the weekend and it works out perfectly. We wake up to the whole apartment smelling like coffee, and it's lovely. This last option is just to press when you're making between 1 and 4 cups of coffee, so I usually always have it on because I never make more than that. And yeah, it's just a standard drip coffee machine. This is what the base looks like. It's wet because I just made coffee today. And yeah, this is a pour over. So in my other video I mentioned different kinds of ways of brewing coffee, and pour overs is one of those really effective ways. And I actually got this for free in a sponsorship or a collaboration a long time ago, but the brand is right there, Spark Pod. And I love this one because it's so small, and like I said, I only make 1 or 2 cups of coffee at a time, so this is exactly the kind of size that I need. Sometimes you don't want it to be huge and take up so much space, so you can compare it to my Happy Bean plant. It's smaller than that. It's got a little silicone on the center here, and this is just the reusable filter that you can use. Like I said in that other video, if you want, you can hear more of a breakdown on how to use this, but reusable is preferably better for me just because I don't like to be wasteful. But you can also use paper filters, and yeah, just make sure that you wet the paper filters if you're going to choose to use those so you don't get a papery taste. And that's pretty much it. This is another small, very, very small. Look at it compared to the plant. It's tiny, I'm telling you. I don't think you can fit more than a cup or two in this anyway. But this is a French press, another one that I mentioned in the other video. So this is another one of those brewing tools that are very, very useful. And yeah, I don't remember where I got this from. It says Masterclass on it, but I think I got it at like a TJ Maxx or something at a really, really cheap price. And I loved it because the other one that I had broke and I wanted something a little bit more simply made. So this has like a wooden finish on the sides and on the top, and I really like it. It's not the best French press you're gonna get, and I'm most likely gonna get a better one when I move, but this does the trick. As you can see, it has that moving up and down get up that a French press is most known for. Let me see if I can pull it off. So this is just the main base of it. That's what it looks like on the inside. I prefer the French press over the pour over, actually. I don't know why, but I just do. And you want to make sure that when you get a French press that this pulley is very, very tight against the glass so that you don't get any residual grounds getting into your coffee when you push down. Okay, my final coffee maker is the one that I use all summer long. It's wet because I just recently washed it, and I'm ready to pack it up and say goodbye to cold coffee. And so this is a cold brew maker, perfect for making cold brew. Actually, all you do is make cold brew in this, and it's very cheaply made. It's wobbly. It's not my favorite, but you know, it gets the job done. I bought it on Amazon, and it's a highly rated one on Amazon. It's just, to me, it's not built that well. Then again, this is my second year with it, so maybe it is built kind of alright. I don't know what size it is, but when I link it in the description, I will let you know how much you can hold in here. But I'll say from my personal experience, it doesn't hold enough for me. Like, I will brew this, and you know it takes about 12 to 24 hours to brew cold brew, and it'll only last me a couple of days, which is kind of annoying because I would prefer to have a bigger base so that I can make a lot and at least have it last the whole week. But what can you do? It's fine. Okay, so this is the top. As you can see, it's just a simple screw on the top, and then it has the interior. Now, it's not dirty, it's just stained from continuous use, so don't worry about that. But yeah, you fill your grounds in this. And pro tip, use a larger ground. Don't use fine ground coffee because it'll definitely go through the mesh. Even though you can't even see the holes on this, it will go through, so just be careful of that. But you fill that in, you screw this to the top, and then you screw it all together after putting filtered water, and it will just do magic on its own overnight, which is super convenient. I highly prefer cold brew over iced coffee. I explained that in the other video, so I don't want to repeat myself and be irritating, but yeah, cold brew is the way to go. Okay, on to some accessories. So this accessory is probably not absolutely necessary, but I like it just because when you buy coffee in a bag and you sort of like keep the bag, it can get stale really fast. So I try to find a way to make sure that it doesn't get stale so fast. And so this is basically a coffee holder. I'm gonna open it up in a second, but I got this from IKEA. It was really, really cheap. And I'm pretty sure this is to hold like a spoon or whatever, but it's really small, so I don't know. But let me open it. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's so dark, you probably can't see, but there is coffee grounds in there. And as you can see, this didn't come with it. I think this came with, yeah, look, Cuisinart. This came with the coffee machine. But this is just a standard coffee scoop. So when you're brewing a cup of coffee, it's recommended to use 2 rounded spoons of this. I like that it has a really tight seal on this when I close it. It's like very tight sealed so that the coffee stays fresher for longer. It doesn't hurt to get one. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but it doesn't hurt. And it was really cheap. All right, here's another accessory. So this is absolutely optional. If you want to be a coffee snob like I am, or if you want to get a better cup of coffee, it is sometimes recommended to start with the whole bean, and I absolutely agree with that. It's it keeps the bean fresh as possible. So when you're making coffee, keeping it as fresh as possible is going to get you the best cup possible. And so keeping it whole preserves that freshness instead of keeping it pre-ground. So all of this is to say that this is a coffee grinder. This was really cheap. Bodum is the brand. I think I just picked it up at Target when I was just on a Target run. Target run. But yeah, it was really cheap. I think it works just fine. I don't really feel like I need to buy another one because this works so well. So let me just open up the top. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is what grinds it. You just fill up this base with your coffee beans, and then you pop the top on and it plugs in, and you just pulse it using this button. And what's really also awesome about this is that when you buy whole bean, you can customize. So if you're trying to make cold brew, you can go ahead and use the beans and grind it to be bigger. And if you wanted to use it in regular coffee, you can grind it thinner. Coarse and not coarse. I don't know. You know what I mean. So this gives you a lot more customization, and it kind of saves you money. So you only have to buy one bag of beans as opposed to buying coarse for your cold brew and not coarse for your regular coffee. It does come in handy. And I also use this to grind herbs. You don't have to do that, but alright, now that we're done with the tools and the accessories, let's talk about what we're gonna put our coffee in. I use this tumbler for cold beverages. It's from Swell. It's very sleek and pretty. It is not really great if you have to throw it in your backpack, because you literally can't. There is a hole right up top. But you know, like right now I don't really travel in mass transportation, so I usually am putting this in the, the compartment in the car, and it works just fine. It keeps things really, really cold. I like it, and yeah, I got it from Swell. Starting with the mug that I got first, which I believe is this one. This one I got on Amazon. I used to buy a lot of random things on Amazon, so apologies for that, but yeah, I got this on Amazon because it looked really sleek. I like that the base is glass, and I like seeing my coffee too because I don't like to put too much milk in it. And the top is like a silicone. This is also like a silicone. It keeps it very easy to hold, especially because it's glass, and this pops on and off very easily. And so because of that, this is definitely a mug that you don't want to travel in a backpack with, because it's obviously going to spill. There's no way to close that or that. And because this is just silicone on top, there's no real secure lid, but it is actually really nice. And it's good if you're going to a coffee shop and you're going to sit with your reusable cup. As for keeping liquids hot, it doesn't keep it hot at all, at least not for someone like me. I like to sip on my coffee, and I could take about an hour to finish a cup of coffee. And I think within 20 to 30 minutes, this will definitely get cool. Definitely cold by the time I get to the bottom. Not the best if you want to preserve. Alright, this one that I got was 100% an Instagram buy. It was an ad that I continuously saw on my Instagram, and I needed to have it. Also, look how tiny it is. I love tiny cups. I love tiny things. So I just absolutely needed it, and it's from the brand Frank and Green. Not Frank Green, I think it's Frank and Green. I'll link it below, but what's really cool about this brand is that it's extremely customizable. So you can get different colors. I got a gray top and a gray bottom, but you can get like a green top and a pink bottom. You can absolutely customize this as much as you want. I think you can actually even engrave it if you want. And yeah, it's really sleek and beautiful. A lot of people commented on this when I was in the office. They were like, oh my god, where did you get that? It looks like it looks like an Amazon Alexa kind of device. And what's awesome about this as well is that this is how you open it. It's very futuristic, you know what I mean? So it's got a cool button, and then it opens up and you drink from there. And yeah, now here's the thing. It fits exactly how much liquid I want. It's absolutely adorable. People love it. People are gonna comment on it if they see it. My problem with this is that for the amount of money that I paid for it, it does not keep liquids hot enough for me. By the time I get to the bottom, it's pretty much cold. I've even had to put this on top of my mug warmer because I wanted it to stay hot still. And you know, for the money that you pay and it's portable, you kind of expect these kinds of cups to contain heat a little bit better than a standard mug or cup. It's good, and it's cute. Alright, on to this big fella. I'm not one to buy big fellas, but I got this one because it's black, it's sleek. You know me, you saw my other cups. And I think this is from Swell as well. Oh no, this is, yeah, Sip by Swell. That's why it looks so similar to the cold tumbler. It's got like a stainless steel top, which, awesome. Let me see if I can get it off. This is what the top looks like. It has a clasp to open and close. So 1, this is really secure. 2, this is really secure. And then down here is what it looks like. As you can see, it's insulated. So very, very secure, solid. It's not light, but it's not heavy either. You can definitely throw this into your backpack without it leaking. And the other great thing about this is that it keeps things hot. It keeps things super hot. Sometimes I'm scared to sip on it because I'm scared I'm gonna burn my mouth even after like a good 45 minutes. So I love that about this. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. The only issue that I was having was that I would fill this up. It would only get filled up to like over here. And when I started drinking from it, I wouldn't even know where it was. I would be like, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? And by the time it reached over here, my mouth was burnt. Okay, this is my last mug, my last item that I'm gonna show you. This is my Yeti tumbler. This is my absolute favorite mug to use right now. I am in love with my Yeti. First of all, looking at it, it's the perfect size for me. It's very small. I don't fill it up all the way, but it's still very small. It's gorgeous. Look at that white color. Very clean. I've had it for a long time and no staining whatsoever. I saw some reviews where people were complaining that the white stains. I've yet to have a stain. The quality is very durable. It's on the heavier side despite it being the smaller one. And you know what? I don't mind it being heavy because I use... Oh, is that a stain? Oh my god. Oh my god, so I thought it was a stain and then I wiped it and it was gone. Okay. I don't mind that it's a little bit heavy because you know what? It's a mug that you know that you're going to be carrying around like this as opposed to throwing it in your backpack. It matters most to me in terms of weight if I'm going to put it in my backpack, but because you can see this doesn't seal up, I'm okay with it. Also, what's great about it, so it's high quality, extremely durable, looks beautiful, perfect size, and then let me show you the top. It's going to be impossible for me to open this with one hand. This thing sticks onto the top like vacuum seal. I'm telling you, it's so dang tight. So what that means to me is that it is extremely, extremely secure. It also vacuum seals it so well that it keeps it extremely hot. So it's stainless steel on the inside, it's insulated, so you know it's gonna be hot from that. Plus, gosh, it's so hard to get back on. Plus that vacuum seal makes it extremely, extremely contained and hot and lovely. I can drink out of this Yeti mug for hours. I'm telling you, maybe 2 hours. And I haven't been able to find anything to beat this. All right, that's it. That's all I've got for you. I hope this was interesting or entertaining or educational. If you found any of the products helpful or you're gonna go ahead and buy something right after this video, let me know in the comments. Let me know which one that you picked. I'm really excited to see what you think, so definitely let me know. I have this really weird fun fact about me where I used to collect mugs. I used to collect water bottles. I don't know why. I had some weird addiction to it, but I'm trying to cut back. As you can see, I'm clearly cutting back, but yeah, definitely let me know, and let me know if you have any recommendations for brands or kinds of coffee tools that you use in your life. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it. It means a lot to me. And subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I post videos every single Friday. If you want to get shouted out at the end of my videos, you can sign up to be my patron. I also have a bunch of recipes over there and other fun goodies, so I'd love to have you there. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.